the U16 team, I remember they always talk about the senior national team, and obviously that's every young girl's dream when you're on those teams. And they talk a lot about that team, and only like one or two of us was ever probably going to be able to get a call up to be on the team, or let alone be able to get a call up to come and be a part of the camp and be around the tremendous players that they have had on their teams over the course of the many years and the many gold medals that they've won. And
check out those shots, that form, the footwork. Paige Bueckers is moving like a young Diana Taurasi, and that's not exaggeration. The mid-range jumper is lethal, absolutely lethal. But while everyone is glued to the highlight clips coming out of Durham, North Carolina, there's something almost no one is talking about. Day one of Team USA's training camp didn't exactly light up the engagement charts, and that raises some serious questions about the current state of women's basketball.
What we have been waiting for is officially here, guys. Now, the results from yesterday was decent, you know what I'm saying? But I would have liked it to see more engagement. I would like to see more fanfare. So the views and the engagement that was coming out across the board with the entire WNBA announcement of this Team USA was kind of low. Now, I'm going to be monitoring this whole situation throughout the duration of this offseason. I feel as if the excitement for women's basketball is definitely at a decline. Now, Caitlin Clark is back. Now, we just got a measure of how many people is still interested in.
The on-court results were solid. The talent was obvious, but the buzz, it just wasn't there. Social media views and engagement on the official WNBA and USA basketball accounts, especially around the Team USA roster announcement, came in surprisingly low. Not long ago, we were watching Caitlin Clark pull in 3 million viewers for regular season WNBA games. The excitement was electric. Now, that energy feels noticeably muted. So the real question becomes this: is this just a normal off-season lull, or is something deeper shifting with the women's basketball audience?
U16 team, I remember they always talk about the senior national team, and obviously that's every young girl's dream when you're on those teams. And they talk a lot about that team, and only like one or two of us was ever probably going to be able to get a call up to be on the team, or let alone be able to get a call up to come and be a part of the camp and be around the tremendous players that they have had on their teams over the course of the many years and the many gold medals that they've won. And so I think for myself, like, that's kind of what you start thinking about, is like how long I've kind of been involved in USA basketball and the journey that it's been. I've been on teams, and then I've had moments where I've been cut and I haven't been on teams. So you experience all of it, and I think that also speaks to how great USA basketball is and how dominant they are. Like, there's so many amazing players that have been a part of it and have worn the 3 letters across their chest. And for me, you never take that for granted. So I'm super excited to be back.
There's Caitlin Clark, reflecting on her journey with USA basketball, all the way back to the U16 level. She talks about how only 1 or 2 players from those youth teams ever make it to the senior national roster. She's been cut before. She's lived both sides of the process. And you can hear genuine gratitude in her voice for being back in this position. But while Caitlin gives all the right answers, thankful, excited, locked in, there's a massive elephant in the room that threatens to overshadow everything. The CBA negotiations are still unresolved. We don't even know for sure if the 2025 WNBA season will happen as planned. Pause and think about that. We're watching Team USA prepare for international competition while the league itself may not exist in its current form. Next year.
She looked damn good. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. She looked like a young Diana Taurasi, bro. That mid-range shot she got is nasty. She looked hella good, y'all. I ain't gonna never ish on Paige, because I know, like, a lot of people might want to, bro. A lot of people be wanting to pin her against Caitlin and stuff, but
Paige Bueckers looks unstoppable in these clips. The shooting form is flawless. And while some people want to force a rivalry narrative between her and Caitlin Clark, the truth is much bigger than that. Together, these two are making Team USA terrifying. The real headline from Durham isn't 1 star, it's depth. Aaliyah Boston looks sharp. Paige adds elite shot making. Angel Reese brings relentless energy and physicality. This roster is stacked from top to bottom. And maybe that's part of why engagement feels different. When Caitlin was carrying the Indiana Fever through the WNBA season, fans had a clear storyline. 1 star, 1 team, 1 journey. Now the talent is spread across the roster, and casual fans may not know where to focus.
USA Sonia Citron, she really do kind of look like Caitlin Clark. I ain't gonna lie, they definitely kind of favor each other. What is that? You got Angel Reese on there. Is that Chris Franklin? So this is some of the videos that came out today. Let me see if I can blow this up. Aaliyah Boston.
Sonia Citron flashes a bit of that Caitlin Clark energy, but the bigger story is the layers of talent. Veterans who've survived multiple Olympic cycles. Rookies fresh off their first WNBA season. College stars like Paige Bueckers ready to make the leap, and let's be clear, this isn't a coverage issue. Media presence in Durham is massive. ESPN is there. The Athletic is there. Reporters are sharing non-stop footage. Access is wide open. Content is flowing. The reporters are doing everything right. The question is whether the audience that followed Caitlin Clark all season will tune in for Team USA basketball during the offseason.
Here goes some more clips here. Now this one right here is from Annie Costable. Let's see this one here.
Watch Caitlin coming off that screen. The footwork, the balance, the release. These are the details that separate great shooters from generational ones. And these clips show exactly why USA Basketball wanted her on this roster. Olympic snub drama and all, but the numbers don't lie. Day 1 of camp underperformed expectations. Day 2 followed the same trend. There are a few reasons for that. First, it's December. The WNBA season ended in October, and casual fans have shifted their attention elsewhere. Second, this is training camp. No wins, no losses, no real stakes, just practice. And third, and this one matters most, some of Caitlin Clark's audience was following her, not women's basketball as a whole.
No, I definitely feel like Team USA basketball is going to win it all. I don't think no other team in the world is better than them. I just got to keep it real. I know some people might think otherwise because they're not from our country, but I feel like Team USA basketball look hella good, and they're definitely going to be putting the beats on teams, bro. It's just that simple. Our team is just so much better. We're just so...
That's why the CBA negotiations are so critical right now. The WNBA just finished its most-watched season ever, and Caitlin Clark was a major driver of that surge. But if the league fails to capitalize, whether through a work stoppage or stalled negotiations, this momentum could evaporate. Players are pushing for more revenue sharing, better travel conditions, and serious investment in marketing. Owners argue the league still operates at a loss and that the new media rights deal needs time to turn into real profit. That new deal is worth $2.2 billion over 11 years, roughly $200 million annually. A massive jump from the previous contract. But players are asking a simple question. Why accept a smaller slice of the pie when women's basketball is delivering real ratings and real revenue right now?
That was pretty much day 2, man. Get down in the comment section. Let me know y'all thoughts about this one. Keep them bells on. I will be back with another one. And like always, man.
Team USA is going to dominate internationally. That's not up for debate. The talent gap remains wide. The more interesting question is whether international competition can capture the same attention the WNBA season did. Here's what the data shows. Games featuring Caitlin Clark consistently drew over 1 million viewers. Games without her dropped back toward the league's baseline around 400,000. That's a huge gap, and it doesn't mean growth is fake. Every sport has transcendent stars. Jordan, Tiger, Serena. The challenge for the WNBA is converting Caitlin Clark's audience into long-term fans of the league, not just fans of one player. The current CBA runs through 2025, but either side could opt out early. Players are vocal about travel, pay structure, and revenue sharing. Owners emphasize financial sustainability. Even a short work stoppage would be devastating. The league just signed a massive media deal. Just broke viewership records. Just proved women's basketball can command mainstream attention. Letting a labor dispute derail that would be catastrophic. The players' concerns are real. Commercial flights, mid-tier hotels, six-figure salaries while generating millions in revenue. They want transformative change, not baby steps. Owners worry about moving too fast and risking long-term stability. So where does that leave us? Team USA keeps training in Durham. The talent is undeniable. The media is locked in. But casual fans haven't fully returned yet. That brings us back to the central question: was 2024 a true turning point for the WNBA, or was it largely a Caitlin Clark moment? The answer likely falls somewhere in between. The offseason will tell us a lot. That if Team USA games draw strong ratings, it means fans are invested in women's basketball as a whole. If they don't, it's a warning sign that the league still leans too heavily on one star. And with CBA negotiations unfolding in the background, the stakes couldn't be higher. How the WNBA handles this moment will determine whether 2024 is remembered as the year women's basketball truly broke through, or the year it peaked before sliding back. So let me ask you, are you still locked into women's basketball now that the season is over? Will you be watching Team USA internationally? And where do you stand on the CBA, players or owners? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This conversation is just getting started.